What's going on, you guys? It's James from James Reptiles. Look, there I am. I'm in my bathroom right now where I have my 9-gallon, something like that, football flex front. I'm just siphoning out the water. Look, there you are. I'm just doing a water change right now. Let me show you my little setup here. So here's my fish tank, my siphon going, I got the lid to the side. Look, there you are again. And then I fill up these 2 cups every time I do so, because the fish water with the bacteria and the plant matter and all that stuff that's in there, it's really good for houseplants actually. So I take that water and I go around and I water all my plants, and then I usually save the second one for when I water again in a couple days. Those 2 corn snakes that I bought the other day, they came with this little coral decoration, and I was treating them for mites today because I probably will end up taking them to the show. And I cleaned it as best I could. I was actually going to throw it away. I cleaned it as best I could. And I'm going to throw it in here. I think it'd be really nice little hide for some, I don't know, some guppies or something. As soon as a couple more fish die off, I really want to add some really colorful guppies or something. Maybe change the sand to black sand. I'm not 100% decided yet, but it's so I took my business when I started my business, when I got my permits and all that stuff, so I can technically sell under the name James Reptiles. Reptiles being reptiles, because reptiles is where I want to make my money. I enjoy working with all animals, but I think what I understand the best and what's the most profitable, and frankly one of the most fun ones for me, is reptiles, and that's snakes, geckos, lizards, all sorts of stuff. I do enjoy fish, I do enjoy rodents, guinea pigs. I need to get some more guinea pigs eventually, probably when I get my own place. I don't live with my parents, but I have an apartment. When I get a house, I would like a nice little, maybe like a trio of guinea pigs. That'd be really cute. Have a retic in case I have too many babies. Shoot. So I'm just doing a water change right now. I'm actually really into fish. I only have one small tank, because I do live in an apartment complex. I would love 1 or 2 big tanks and 2 or 3 smaller tanks when I move into my own house, which could be anytime. Hit me, subscribe on YouTube and give me all that YouTube ad revenue. I would love to have my own place. I would have a room dedicated to reptiles. It would just be awesome. It'd be really great for videos. Just be a great spot. I could invite people over and just enjoy animals, talk about animals, have a more permanent setup than that folding table I have out there. But nevertheless, I really want to get a couple. I have my rummy nose tetras at school. I have my 2 Corydoras, Siamese alligator, whatever the other alligator I have is. There's 2 different ones, and then I have that really big pleco I got from a friend recently. But I would really like a couple random little fish, like some guppies or something, just to hide in around that cave. I think that would look really cool, and to produce babies. And then I could change the lights. My live plants, I don't remember if I showed you guys when I got them, but you can see that one back there with the pleco in there. He's kind of tearing them up and destroying them. They were kind of not doing too great anyway. I added an hour to the light cycle, and I think that might be messing it up, so I'm probably gonna change that when I'm done with the water change, and we'll see how that goes from there. I'm not hoping any of my fish die soon, but it'd be kind of fun to add some new fish. So everything's about a year old in the tank, except for the pleco. I have no idea on the pleco. And I've lost 1 or 2 fish since I've set it up, which happens, and it's definitely happened to me a ton of times because I've never been the most knowledgeable fish keeper. I didn't know about dechlorinator till right before I started this tank. I went up to my buddy who used to work at a reptile and fish store and said, you know what? He had the same flue vault setup, which basically comes with everything but a heater. And if you have fish that need a heater, it's another $80, even though the setup was $80. So I went out and I got a heater. Actually, maybe it was $50. I went out and I got a heater. the one they recommended, and I said, all right, help me set this up. I want it to be perfect. I want it to look like a riverbank, and it looked. I mean, it didn't look like perfect, like I wanted it to. It looked like a fake aquarium, but nevertheless, it's getting that time where I kind of want to switch the gravel out. So I'm not sure what I would do with the gravel. I have a bunch of pebbles here already, but I'd like to do like a sand, like a some kind of sand, some kind of lighter color sand. Anyway, the tank's about half empty right now. You can see it's starting to slow down. I'm gonna go in, rinse out the filters a little bit, make sure the motor's running right, fix the plants, and get that piece in there somewhere. So I'll catch back up with you guys and we'll play with some other animals. Alright, well, I'm letting that cycle through and filter out all that excess gunk, and in about 2 hours the light will kick on, so I'll go back in there and I'll show you. It'll be nice and clean. You know, some of my roach tubs is down here. I'm actually selling some roaches today to a repeat client. I have a lot of people come back to me. I have good prices, I have good roaches, I always give extra. These 32-ounce deli cups is what I sell them in, and I just drill a bunch of holes in the lid. We're selling mediums, so I can put big holes, make sure there's lots of ventilation. That's what I'll be selling them in, along with hissing cockroaches at the Sacramento Reptile Show. This 6.75-inch deli cup with pre-drilled holes, pre-punched holes, whatever you want to call it. I bought 10 of those at work. Let me just show you right over here. I bought 10 of those, and that's what I'll be keeping the corn snakes in, and any adult cresteds I bring to the show. Maybe I'll use it to display some hissing cockroaches, I don't know. Some of the babies, I want to put them in smaller cups, but the ones I have access to that have that clear lid like that, unlike this roach one, it's kind of like a, almost like white opaque-ish. Excuse me. The only ones that are clear are like 16 ounces, which is kind of tall. I want the really short ones for the baby geckos, and they don't have the clear lids, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do there. I might talk to my boss and see if I can buy some off of him for a little bit more, because we can buy the ones with the opaque lids for like 50 cents a piece off of him. It's kind of late to order a bunch of cups, but that's probably what I'll end up doing in the future, is I'll just end up ordering a bunch of cups. We'll see how well this show goes and how much money I bring back in for the animals. So right now I'm just going to pick a bunch of roaches out of this tub. Got a ton of roaches in there. So I'm doing 50 mediums for $6. They're Venmoing, or they're PayPaling me $6. It's not very much, but I've had this customer for a while, and her and her husband always come back. So I'm not complaining. It helps me get rid of 50 mediums. Not a big deal. Anyway, I'm going to put you down and pack these roaches. Alright, so right here we got 50 medium roaches, kind of medium-ish. I did a little bit smaller than breeders, but not like big, like they're about to shed and molt into breeders. I got about 20 minutes till the person gets here. I'm gonna go water some plants with that fish tank water, and after that's all done, I'll come back and we'll look at some animals. I promise we'll look at some animals. Alright, so just like I promised, I'm gonna show you some animals. I'm gonna take out all my adult crested geckos. These are my two newest ones, Tegan and Sarah. Tegan, I'm not really quite sure what I'm going to do with yet. She's got that, instead of like the simple spike, she's got that furry thing going on where it's a bunch of them. The camera's not really going to pick it up all that well, but just take my word for it. She's had some issues shedding. She's got a really small head, and my buddy is pretty sure she's the one laying duds. So I'm probably going to end up selling her. Probably not the sack show, because he's going to be there. I don't want him to be like, well, I gave it to you and you're selling it. So I'll probably take it to the next show, sell it at the next show, which is Chico. I'll sell it for pretty cheap. I'll let them know, I'll be like, hey, it's probably not a good gecko to breed, or more of just a pet. And this one is not that nice of a gecko. If she lays a couple eggs, awesome. We'll probably sell her at the same show. And this is Tegan and Sarah, my new crested geckos. I got them for free, of course, which is awesome. This right here is my male. You can tell he's got those big hemipene bulge right there. Almost a full pinstripe, and some awesome, just that design on his back, and a little bit of Dalmatian spots. And he's got a really, really big crest if he will stop moving. He's got a really big crest. He's got some pink undertone underneath his jaw. And he's just an amazing gecko in general. And he's got that thigh and saddle and he's got those thigh things that I like. I don't know what you call them. He's could almost be a quad stripe. I mean, if I try it hard enough, he'll get a little shit on his toe. But he's the dad of all the geckos I produce. I'm actually gonna put him in with Tegan and Sarah right now and possibly have them lay some eggs before the show. I'm not really sure. We'll find out. Alright, so last but not least, my other two proven breeder females. This is Bella and Olga. I'll probably end up selling Olga soon. Hold on. Alright, like I was saying, I'll probably end up selling Bella at some point just because she's not super nice, but an adult proven female could get probably 80 bucks for her, 100 bucks, something like that. And put that money towards a Dalmatian. These geckos, I swear. Picked up some of my hair off the carpet. So they're obviously not very happy today. I kind of woke them both up, and now they're biting each other. So that's awesome. I've got a bunch of geckos I'm growing up. I'm gonna take a couple of my holdbacks to the show just because I don't need as many. But any of them that I keep that end up being females, once they're close to being big enough, they can replace Olga, and I can sell her. And Bella, I'll probably end up keeping for a while just because she's pretty nice. She works well with Skipper, my male. I'm gonna put them back before they do anything else. Alright, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I'll just show a little clip of the fish tank when the light turns back on after this outro if you want to see it. Stick around for after that. My name is James from James Reptiles. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, jamesreptiles@gmail.com. I'm going to try to put it in the description. We'll figure it out. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with someone if you enjoyed it. Let me know. See you at the SAC show. Alright, so here's my fish tank. There's a little bit of stuff I could wipe off the front. But you can see I put that very vibrant coral back in the back. When it was wet, I guess it gets very vibrant. I replanted a little plant right there. Don't know if it's going to do too well. I might end up trying to glue it to this piece of wood, but the wood's wet and I don't have glue. There's that other little algae eater. There's that one and there's that one. One of them's a Siamese algae eater. I don't know what the other one is. That plant is doing alright. I hope it gets a little bit better. I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that over to this corner. Not specifically just because they're all over there, but because that's where the flow is getting sucked in at. You can see there's one of the filter things and then the other one up there. And there's my filter. I need to raise that one above the water a little bit more so it creates some aeration. And I'm going to feed them right now. So there I am. I don't know if they're going to eat for me. Lately, since I put the pleco in, they won't eat right when I put food in. No one's looking skinny. Actually, everyone's looking pretty good size. But you never know. So this is a mixture of Bug Bites Special Formula and Tetra Colors Tropical Granules. And then I also have some bottom feeder stuff in there. There's bigger chunks up at the top. Those two bigger ones up there. These are my rummy nose. And they're definitely interested in something. And this clam was alive at one point. I had 3 of them. Eventually they just kind of died off. But that's my fish tank. Rearranged, cleaned, and with a new piece of decor. Bonus clip for anyone who stayed after the fish tank. These are some of my holdbacks, of course. I got the lily white, and I've got 3 really nice. 1's super high contrast, and 2 are Dalmatian. But these are some of my oldest that I was thinking about holding back. That's Race Car. I'm definitely holding that one back. I think that's gonna end up being a male. And if that's a male, and my lily white's a female, that's probably what I'll end up breeding it to. This is Paradise. She's pretty nice. She'll probably end up replacing Olga. She's a bit nicer than Olga. More Dalmatian. I keep wanting to say polka dots. More Dalmatian spots, which is what I prefer. So that's kind of what I want to be part of my thing. Of course, I'm going to do lily whites, and eventually I'll have Xanthic. And somewhere in here is the last one. Oh, there it is. I was right by him. This is going to be Cletus, the first gecko I ever produced. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep Cletus forever. Just because Cletus isn't that nice compared to some other geckos I have. But we'll see.